feeling somber. You know, it's gloomy outside a little bit. It's also hot. I didn't think that was possible, but it is. So, what's going on with me? I forgot 4 jokes I worked on to talk to you about. Let's see, I had a list. Something to do with, you know, I forgot. But you know what they say, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. One person, I know you all know the answer. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Wrong, I hate lemons. I hate them. When life gives me lemons, I put them in the garbage. Or I give them to my neighbor. And I go to the store to get some real fruit. Like apples. Oh, yeah. There's a fruit we can all agree upon. Apples. Red delicious. Don't be mistaken. The first fruit known to man. Yes, please. All the way from the Old Testament. Wow. 2,000 years later, putting Snow White into a coma. Amazing. What a journey it's been with the red apple. You can do so much with an apple. You can make apple juice, apple cider. Oh shit, there's both? Yeah. Yeah, there is both. Lemons? You get one, you get lemonade. And don't even say pink lemonade, that doesn't count. Don't be ridiculous. Apple crisp. I don't know what that is, but you can make it. Apple pie. Apple bottom jeans. And the boots with the fur, you guys. And the boots with the fur. That's a Flow Rider reference. You've had about a decade to prepare for that one, so if you didn't get it, that's on you. Flow Rider 2020. That's what this set is about. It's about Flo Rida becoming president in 2020. Isn't it obvious? It always comes down to the last state, Florida. Oh, guess whose name is spelled the same as Florida? Flo Rida. It's amazing. Put Snow White into a coma. It sure did. I think Sneezy sure got the short end of the stick. Of all the 7 dwarves, right? Sneezy, that's his defining personality trait. The other guy got to be happy. Your life is gonna be great. Because no matter what happens, you're gonna be happy. And isn't that all anybody really wants in the end? Sneezy, you're gonna sneeze on everybody you know. You're not gonna have a lot of friends, but... You guys are great. This is great. When I was a kid, I got this poster of Marilyn Monroe. It's kind of an iconic picture. Maybe you've seen it. She's laying in the bed, being flirty, being fun, you know, as she does, or as she did. Because she's dead now. But that's not part of the joke. That's... And if you've seen the picture, let me know. Like, nod your head. So she's laying in bed with a breakfast tray, and she's got a glass of milk. And she's cracking an egg into the milk. Have you guys seen this picture? Anybody? Oh, I bet if you Google Marilyn Monroe, it'll be one of the first top 20 images. Anyways, it's that iconic photo. I had a poster of it, and people, they would see it, they'd all kind of have the same response. It was like, oh, that's really interesting, but why is she cracking an egg into the milk? Of course. And I love it when people ask me this question, because there's actually a very interesting backstory behind it, and if you don't mind, I'd love to get into it. Thank you. Okay, so we used to do this thing, and I don't know why we ever stopped, is you pour a glass of milk, and you put an egg into it, and what happens is you get poisoned. I do like milk. I'm a milk fan. Another thing that happened to me when I was a kid, still hurts a lot. Let's get into it. There's a whole story. My dad walked in. He walked into the living room. He's like, hey Michael, do you want a glass of chocolate milk? I said, yes, I would love a glass of chocolate milk. He says, good, because I've got this very tall glass of chocolate milk here. Wow, thank you, Dad. Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you for the glass of milk. I love milk. I take a drink of the chocolate milk. To my surprise, it was watered down. He watered it down. Why would he do that to me? Your son? Like, you didn't think I would notice. That's what obsessed me the most. I feel like it was the first time in my life I got shafted on a drug deal. Like, what was the thought process there? Hey, son, would you like a little bit of something really good? Or a lot of something not so great? But don't you worry, because I made that choice for you a few moments ago back in the kitchen. And this is a choice that cannot be undone. You can't remove the water from the milk. Hey, Dad, how about next time you skip the water, plop an egg in there? Because I'd rather be dead than drink down watered down chocolate milk. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Got something today I would love to talk to you about. I'm trying to be mindful of my thoughts. The thoughts you have, of course, but also why you have them. I think it's very important. You learn a lot about yourself. Sometimes the thoughts I have are just the most petty, ridiculous things. For example, I love my job, but sometimes we do these repetitive, boring tasks. I work for some greenhouses, and one of the tasks I have to do is I lay out a bunch of plastic trays. You fill them with soil. You gotta do it. You'll do it for hours and hours. So I'm doing it with this guy, Gary. Now, Gary's been working there for 50 years. He's the nicest guy, never stresses about anything. I couldn't imagine having a confrontation with Gary. So he's filling his trays, I'm filling mine, and in my head, it's like this ferocious race. I don't say it. I don't do anything to make it noticed. But in my head, it's like, I'm gonna make these trays so fast. How fast? I'm not exactly sure, but faster than Gary. So much faster than Gary, he's not gonna stand a chance. And then when I win, it reaffirms it in my head. And I'm like, yeah, that's right, old timer. Out with the old, in with the new. This is just who I am, I can't help it, I win. Sometimes Gary does it first. It happens. And this is the part that really baffles me. Because then in my head, I'm like, wow, it's not a race, Gary. Wow, someone's trying hard, dude. Get over yourself. I have half a mind to tell the boss on you. What's even more baffling is that while I'm thinking all of this, I don't even work faster. I just work like standard pace. Like, what's it all for? Like, what am I even thinking? It's like, look at me. Look how good I am at doing this thing that anybody could do ever. People have house pets that could do this job. And I take pride in it. Thank you all so much. It's been so much fun. You all have a nice night.